Real Estate Income Funds Explained. It's not always easy for a real estate developer to find financing. Banks prefer to lend for very large construction projects. So developers in need of short-term loans for smaller projects, new construction or renovations, have to look elsewhere for financing. They're searching for partners who can fund not only construction, but also the actual purchase of properties, which can be sold after the construction is completed. For a developer, it's worth it to pay a high interest rate to borrow because in return, he gains a financing partner who makes the project possible.
You're welcome.
Upon completion, the property's value could rise significantly, creating the opportunity for a profitable sale. These are the kinds of projects to which a real estate income fund lends. The loans to proven developers are secured by a mortgage on the property and are typically short-term, about 12 to 18 months. That's enough time to renovate a single or multifamily home, build a new one, or upgrade a small commercial building, like an office or a strip mall. Following construction, the property is sold, with the profits shared between the lender and the developer. Here's an example to give us a closer look at the process. A developer joins with a fund to purchase a multifamily rental property in a desirable location, valued at $1 million. The property is 30 years old. The kitchens and bathrooms need upgrading. The developer borrows $1 million to buy the property and pay for construction expenses. It's a 12-month loan at an interest rate of 10%. The developer also agrees to pay the lender points up front. The developer renovates the apartments, paying interest on the loan each month. At the end of the 12-month loan term, he pays the full principal of the loan back to the fund. With shiny new kitchens and bathrooms, the property's value increases dramatically. The developer then sells the property for $1.5 million, a gain of 50%. He and the fund share the profits. It's a win-win for the developer and the fund. Individual investors can participate in such lending through a real estate income fund. Such funds use investors' capital to lend to established, reputable developers. The loans are secured by the property, which is the collateral. That helps protect the investor's capital, and the loans are usually short-term, no longer than 18 months. As an example, let's say that investors receive an annual return of 8%, with payments made on a monthly basis by direct deposit to their checking accounts, meaning a $100,000 investment returns $666 every month, an annual total of $8,000. That's far higher than yields available from most other investments, including bank CDs, bonds, even high-yield bonds known as junk bonds. Some funds provide additional profit sharing for investors, such as distributions of profits from property sales. Meanwhile, the investor's principal remains stable. It does not fluctuate in value like a stock, bond, or mutual fund. Real estate income funds provide individual investors access to the private lending market, which is normally reserved only for ultra-high net worth individuals. Real estate income funds typically lend to numerous projects at the same time in prime locations around the United States. This diversifies the fund's risk. It doesn't have all its eggs in one basket. The loans will be made to a mix of residential and commercial developers. A fund will normally lend no more than 70% of the improved value of the property to ensure a safety cushion in case of a downturn. Construction loans include a holdback. Money is lent gradually to the developer as he completes phases of the project. Here's important information for potential investors to consider. Investors should be able to reinvest their monthly income and profit sharing, which will compound returns. Gains from a real estate income fund are taxable, but the income can be tax deferred by holding the fund in a self-directed individual retirement account that a custodian holds as an alternative asset. Investments in real estate income funds are not liquid, meaning investors must remain in the fund for a minimum period, after which their capital can be returned. A fund's leadership team, which should have decades of experience, normally receives a management fee, but only after investors are first paid their 8% annual return. Funds are private placement securities. They are not publicly traded and therefore do not fluctuate in value like stocks. Real estate income funds are not federally insured. The life of these funds is typically 10 years. All interested investors must receive an offering memorandum with full details before they can invest. For more information on real estate income funds, please email info@reincomefunds.com or call 888-444-2102.